What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute I posted any trading related content. That's because I actually took a break off trading and I traveled. I actually vlogged one of them, which was a trip to Portugal, and I went to Afro Nation. If you don't know what Afro Nation is, it's one of the biggest Afro festival in the world, and I vlogged everything: the performance of Ashake, Burna Boy, Tyler, and so many more. Anyways, I don't want to talk too much about that because I'm going to do a breakdown right now. In this video, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the first trade I took when I came back from my holidays. So this trade was on gold. As you can see over here, gold has been going up for a while. Mind you, I'm on the 15 minutes time frame. You could go to another time frame and see it's going down. So on the 15 minutes time frame, you could notice price was actually trending bullish. Then it technically switched to bearish over here, and then it did switch to bullish again temporarily, and now it switched to bearish again. That's where I took my trade from. So firstly, what you need to understand in this breakdown is structure, market structure. So if you've not checked out my market structure video, make sure to check it out because it's going to be very useful for you. So price broke the structure over here, created a pullback, then that's where I took my trade from. So on Sunday, when the market opened, I was actually watching live and I was anticipating what the market could potentially do. And when the market opened, I was actually bullish until price gave me a reason to be bearish. Okay, so over here, when market opened, there was a big ass push. I don't know what happened fundamentally. Maybe Mr. Trump did something, but I'm not really sure, and I didn't even check because I'm more of a technical trader. Okay, so when the market opened, price started to melt. It started to dump crazily. When the market opened on Monday, I trade from 8 a.m. these days. So what I was looking for was for price to potentially pull back to my zone. So the first thing I needed to know was structure, market structure. Okay, over here price faked out, and over here price confirmed bearish. So technically I'm looking for sell. So once I already knew my structure, the next thing I was looking for was my zone, my point of interest. And the first one I actually saw was this supply over here. That is from on Sunday because I was watching when the market opened. So when I saw this, I'm just gonna annotate real quick. Good, over here. So price broke structure over here, which is the first one, which is fake out, created a pullback, and this pullback was actually what fueled this break of structure over here. So the first zone I was actually looking for was this zone, this supply over here. But when I woke up on Monday, I saw that this already happened right at 5 a.m. because I wasn't active, I was sleeping. So I saw that price already confirmed. So this was the first supply zone. And then I was looking internally and see where price could potentially pull back to. That's where I came up with this zone. But first, when I did my analysis on Sunday, I was actually looking for price to come back to either this zone or this zone. That's why I actually have this arrow over here. And before I had something like this, so I was potentially thinking, okay, if price is to break out this one, it's either going to come for this or it's going to come for this. But this zone was the first one on my list. Okay, so on Monday I had this one as my top priority because price could potentially do anything, and I actually sent this to my group chat, to my private group chat. And speaking of group chat, if you want to learn from me, you want to learn how I trade, send a DM on IG or just comment below and we can talk further. So what I saw was this gap zone over here. I have a unique way of spotting out my gaps. So I spotted out this one and I spotted out this one. So first thing you need to know is structure. Once you know structure, you need to look for point of interest. Okay, so once I've pointed these two things, the third thing I was looking for was for confirmation. And as you might have seen from my previous video, I used to go to the lower time frame to get my confirmation, but these days I realized it's not really necessary. So I found a better way for me to be able to get into the trade. Okay, so that was the third thing, which I'm not going to talk about in this video because it's private and it's for my student. So over here I had this zone, and I waited for price to come in. I didn't just set my limit randomly. I had a unique way of me to spot out this zone, that zone, and this zone. So the first one that marked all my criteria was this one. That's why I actually had my limit set over here, and I just walked away. I set the trade, then I went to the gym. I came back, it was still running. Gold was actually very slow today. Yesterday, Monday, today is Tuesday. Okay, so I took this trade, I set the limit, and I might even show you over here that I actually took this trade. Price went to TP around around 16:30. Oh, 45. Okay, over here it's 30, yeah, because I journaled this last night. So price went to TP around 4:30 in the evening, and it was an absolute banger. I actually posted it on IG too, so make sure to follow me on IG. It's DAVRIDENN. Check that out. Okay, so that's just the simple trade breakdown for this particular trade. The first thing you needed to know, structure. Once you have structure, look for point of interest. Once you have your point of interest, you either go to the 1 minute for a confirmation, or you just look for another confirmation entry like I did in this particular trade. Okay, this was an amazing trade. Hopefully you learned something. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumb up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching this one. See you in the next one. Bless.